So, today we are once again going to go through some cool guides that are about cool things or some soldering procedures. Hard part and pet. Add solder, continue heating, let cool, don't blow. What? I don't fucking know what this is. Clouds and their relative heights. I see, also not that of interesting thing. You know you want to try it too. IP rating chart. IP ratings are presented by combining the first and second digits of the following columns. See example below. The psychology of font. I see. This is actually very interesting to me. I do want to see if they are. Well, I don't think that a mono font is consistent. I would rather say that a sans serif font is consistent. And also very neutral. Whereas monospace is very computerish and very. It's definitely not neutral. It is saying quite a lot. For me, at least. I think about it in that way. It is some very, 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 very subjective thing. But just because there is so monospaced, monospaced means that the spaces in between each letter is quite the same. Or if you think about it in another way, if you're making the font, you do have to decide the space in front of the letter and just on the back of the letter or just behind the letter. And when you're having a monospaced font, this is the same space. That's it. And, with other fonts, if you're having a quote-unquote normal sans serif font or serif font or just whatnot, then they are not the same. And they should also be different when a certain other letter is next to them. For example, there is some letters like A and probably T, so a big A and a big T where the space shouldn't be that much because there's already a lot of space in between of them just because the T has such an quote-unquote odd shape. But yeah, pretty interesting. Typography, something very important. If you have good typography, it already makes things way easier to read, way better. And yeah. Eye test chart for the illiterate. Oh, that's fucking cool. Then, Sexualities as doors. Heterosexual, door swings one way. Homosexual, door swings the other way. Bisexual, door swings both ways. Pansexual, revolving door. Demisexual, I don't even know what this is. Door is locked, one person has key. And asexual, door is actually a wall. Well. Morning and evening workout. Morning workout. Improved sleep at night, enhances your metabolism, more energy during workout, almost empty gym, charged up and better mood all day long. Evening workout, higher body temperature, no time restrictions. Well, yeah, there is time restrictions. Well, relieve your whole day stress, calmer mornings, increased strength and flexibility. Yeah, I would say so. Definitely. More strength, definitely. Earth's crust. Well, I don't care. The only ergonomics in a keyboard layout is with the machine it was originally intended for. Even I want to make songs now. Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. The amount of money you get per stream on these certain platforms. I see. So we have Napster, Tidal or Tidal, I don't know how it is pronounced, Apple Music, Google Play, Deezer, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, and then on the last thing we have in YouTube, which is from the biggest money-making thing to the worst. So Napster being like the company that is paying you the most per stream, whereas YouTube is the company that is paying you the least per stream. On Napster, for example, you're having $0.019 per stream, which makes $53 or 53 streams $1. So which means you have to have 77,474 streams to earn minimum wage. And on Spotify, you, for example, need 229 streams to have $1 or to earn $1 and 336,842 streams to earn minimum wage. Which is, quite a little bit more. It's just 3 times Napster. On YouTube, it's actually insane. You need to have 2.1 million actually 2.2 million to earn minimum wage. So yeah, let's think about that. Blood types and donors. No, I've already went through that once. I know. The gastrointestinal system represented as a subway map designed by Jack Anderson. So he has esophagus, pancreas, stomach, liver, a gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine, appendix, and the rectum. Actually, very well done. I don't know what the use of it is, and I don't necessarily think that it is making it easier for me to understand the whole system, but I think it's pretty well done. It really is fucking well done. All conspiracies. Well, there's actually, and Donald Trump is actually a very big one. MAGA, Donald Trump. Then G50, G4S or something, I guess. Femacams, Monsanto agenda, also a very big one indeed. Actually, a very, very big one. CERN, mass surveillance, NASA or something. Interesting. Styles of tattoos. Well, this is actually pretty interesting. Let's see what styles of tattoos there are. Because, I really believe tools are pretty cool, but my problems with tattoos is that I do change my opinion very, very often. Which is not kind of the best thing for just tattoos. American traditional old school. Yeah, it kind of feels like a very... what is this clothing brand called? It's not Harley Davidson, something else. But I think it's also Davidson or something. Or Harley. Something like that. You just probably know that for the podcast listeners. Tattoos used to be the province of those who lived outside the boundaries of mainstream societies. World War II, however, brought change. Your young men were thrown into battle, into war, unsure whether they would make it back. The concept of maintaining a vanilla look held less significance. The style itself originates from sailor Jerry, born Norman Collins, who set up a shop in Honolulu. He combined vivid colors and daring iconography. He was also the first Western artist who corresponded and learned from the great Japanese tattoo master. Common symbols of the style, for example, are swallow, anchor, shark, eagle, etc. Yeah, I mean the anchor. Well, yeah. New School Tattoo. The birth of the New School Tattoo style dates back to the early 1970s in the United States, once again. The style integrates elements from the Irezumi and old school tattoo traditions. The subject of the tattoo, however, is often exaggerated. New school tattoo is also a transition towards the sharing of tattooing techniques. It is a highly animated style of tattooing. And it is very comic-y, at least, as far as I can tell there. Whereas the first style was very plain, I guess, and it looks old. Just think about an old sailor and what tattoos he might be having, then it's actually that. Trash Polka. This tattoo style was created by Simone Plath and Volko Merschki at the Buena Vista Tattoo Club in Germany. Really? According to Volko's description, it's realism and trash, the nature and the abstract, technology and humanity, past, present, and future, opposites that they are trying to urge into a creative dance to harmony and rhythm in tune with the body. The main characteristics of the style is contrast, a mixture of naturalistic and photorealistic elements, geometric graphics, and lettering. This tattoo is generally for those who prefer large-scale images, since, due to its chaotic nature, it requires a bigger canvas. Very cool, very designerish, very designish. It could actually be kind of, I don't know, it could be a poster, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty fucking cool. Black work tattoo. The name itself pretty much defines the style. The desired pattern, images, and designs are created by only using black ink. Mandalas are common images created with this particular method. And we see some sort of the rock tattoo styles there. Dot work tattoo. Yeah, you know what it is. It's just dotted. By the way, it's fucking a lot of work. I did that, but not in terms of tattooing, but in terms of drawing. And this already is fucking a lot of work, and you're also fucking your pencils or your pens. Because if you just do it too hard, you're gonna stomp the tip of the pen into the pen. Not a good thing, especially when it is relatively expensive pens. So the next one is the geometric. Heavily relies on basic geometric rules. This style typically uses geometric shapes and lines to create the desired tattoo. Often integrates dot working. One branch of the style is sacred geometry, which has become increasingly popular lately. It refers to the perfect shapes and patterns of nature, and I really deeply like that. But But I don't know. You also have to think about the thing that, back in the days we had those traditional tattoos, but nowadays they're outdated. So if I get some geometric tattoo, which is very modern, like extremely modern at this point in time, is it also going to be modern in the future? Probably not, because there's going to be something different, I guess. But do you care that much about that? I wouldn't necessarily say so as well. So yeah. Sketch work. For those who prefer an unfinished work, this style integrates unclear outlines and semi-colored areas resembling sketches in an artist's sketchbook, which also is pretty cool. I gotta have to say that it's also really cool, but I don't know if I would like to have that on me actually. The next one is watercolor, which also looks very cool. Do I have to read it? No, I don't have to. It looks like watercolors, like, yeah. The next one is Surrealism. I don't have to explain that as well, but it looks very cool. Surrealism means above realism. So it's not realistic at all. Yeah. Surrealistic art is based upon revealing the unconscious mind in dream images, the irrational and the fantastic. Yes, it's not about rationality. It's all about irrationality and things that kind of in the end do not make much sense. So you're gonna have a bird that is in a shell, but there's Hieronymus. Hieronymus. I gotta show you something. Bosch, of course. Hieronymus. Yeah, I've written it just completely incorrectly, but there is some amazingly. I do believe that he is surrealist, but I actually don't know now. It is all strange things, but this is the amazing part of it. There's some, I don't know, creatures, then there is naked people, then there is one big face that is kind of like a puppet and sneezing money or something, and there's a house burning in the background. Like, you gotta have to look up this shit. That is fucking amazing. For all the podcast listeners especially. And there's actually some, it's just amazing work. It's amazingly detailed. It is insane. And this would actually be one of these things that I would like to have in my home. Like, I would say a Van Gogh is a nice thing. It is a cool thing, but still, like, I don't know. I just really think that is cool shit. The next one is illustrative, and it's also the last one. This style is sort of crossover, part traditional, part realistic. The goal is for the image to look more like an illustration rather than a tattoo. This is achieved through intense color saturation, bold outlines, and the realistic shading techniques. Also looks pretty cool, but I wouldn't like to have that on my skin. I would like to have either font, because it is amazing, just text, realism, or maybe this geometric stuff. I also like that, but as I said, who knows if it is also going to be cool in like just 5 years or something. It could be a really fast thing, to me not liking it. English today is just so fucking bad, it's insane. This might interest some of you as well. Credits to you/not Lottie. Lofty is, I don't know, found this on Pinterest, figured some of you might be interested. I think it's pretty cool. Is it ballet? Is it dancing? It is something, but it shows emotions shown through movements, body movements. There's like hiding and death and tears, love, anger, prey, fear, mother, and all sorts of things. The bite force of 20 different animals. This is interesting. The Megalodon Shark, which apparently is a thing, I don't know. Cruise ship anchor. IBF pounds force. What the fuck? Its pounds force is a cruise ship anchor, which is 25,000 pounds force. Estimated. Just because it's not there anymore. It has lived. The Tyrannosaurus Rex has one of 8,000 pounds, which is hippopotamus. I've actually forgotten about it, that it is called like that in English. The Great White Shark is the next one, indeed, with 4,000 and 4,000 period, which is the same as a 2013 Ford Taurus. Pretty interesting, Then we're having the Nile alligator, or before that the saltwater crocodile, then the alligator, then the hippopotamus. Then we're having a jaguar, polar bear. I didn't really believe the jaguar is that high on the list, with a force of a cow, basically. Pretty interesting thing. Now I get this IP shit rating thing. IP ratings are represented by combining the first and second digits of the following columns. See example below. Degree of protection against solid objects, which is the first digit, and the second digit is degree of protection against water. For example, IP, the second digit 2, protects against water drop at a 15-degree angle. The third one would be protected against water spray at 60-degree angle. The fourth, protected against water splashing from any angle. The fifth, protected against water jets from any angle. The sixth, protected against powerful water jets and heavy seas. 7, protected against the effects of temporary submersion in water, 30 minutes at 30 feet. And the eighth one is protected against the effects of permanent submersion in water up to 13 feet. For example, when you have IP65, which is the first one, dust tight, no ingress of dust. And the fifth one is protected against water jets from any angle. And also just because, the first digit 0 is no protection, as well as the water thing. If you're having 10, for example, you actually have like the first digit and nothing then in terms of water. The first solid is protected against solid objects greater than 50 millimeters, such as a hand. Protected against a solid object greater than 12.5 millimeters, such as a thinger, which is the second one. Then we have 25 millimeters and then 1.0 millimeters. Then we have dust protected, which is the fifth one. And the sixth one is dust tight. I see. So the best one is actually 68. Yeah, 68. 86. 68, 86, 86, 68, 68, yeah. Never mind. Cool guide to pick the next show to binge. Worst episode ever, the most commonly rated shows on IMDb and their lowest rated episodes. The Iron Throne, which is Game of Thrones' latest episode apparently, is rated the lowest. When we think about The Walking Dead, it is somewhere in the middle, swear. Then Breaking Bad is actually always pretty high. Never just red area. Supernatural, Bloodlines, The Simpsons, there is some dips. Lisa Goes Gaga is apparently the least favorite one. Black Mirror, the last one as well. Rochelle, Jack and Ashley 2. Pretty interesting. Found this at a client's house. Hope it fits here. Air Jordans. It's actually a guide on Jordans. Actually pretty nice. Got up with that. I haven't read anything, but I think it is pretty cool. One last thing. Then I'm gonna eat something and I'm fucking pumped for that because it's gonna be an amazing meal because today is my cheat meal day. Ultimate stuffed pasta guide. We have tortellini, pasta dumplings the size of a marble. Tortellini, pasta dumplings the size of a walnut. Mezzoline, half-moon-shaped pasta sealed with a crimped or a pinked border. Then capelletti, a little cup pasta dumplings the size of a quail egg. Ravioli, a double-layered filled pasta cut or stomped into squares or circles. Ravioli gigante, a double-layered filled pasta cut into a large square or circle. Agnolotti, small rectangular or semicolor pasta folded over filling cut with a rigid edge. Fagottini, pasta pasta purses gathered at the top and clinched like a butch. Conchiglia. Then we have panzotti, cannelloni, and maniocotti, which are pasta shells that come in several sizes. The large conch-shaped ones are stuffed and baked. Then panzotti, triangular filled pasta with either smooth or pinked edges. Cannelloni, large smooth pasta tubes, and manchiotti, wide rigid pasta tubes. And with that being said, I'm gonna see you the next time. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish you the best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna mind yourself and you're gonna be remembered. This basically means you're lazy, basically means just being a nice person, then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. And yeah. 3 other questions that I have you are, why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully gonna show you your purpose, and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. One other question that I have you is, what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed gonna change their mind and change their life indeed as well? I know, because we all can be nice people and we all can give compliments. It's not that big of a deal, but we can still really make somebody's day. And yeah, with that being said, hopefully we're gonna see you the next time. Please stay healthy and safe, and also your family. I really hope that from my bottom of my heart. And yeah, bye-bye.